Oops. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. Okay. Yep. This is my first time streaming and I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so yeah. So today I need to do the coloring and I'm gonna have another look at sound. But that's if I have enough time. I have to go to work a little later on. Oh, give me a sec. I'm not sure how this is gonna look. Let me move myself up there because you need to see the histograms. That's important. Yeah, so this guy here, let me just explain the color panel. Or at least how I use it. So obviously we have the gallery. So this place, it holds your presets for a given project. LUTs are cool. I don't really use them. They're sort of a quick and dirty way to do color grading. When you use a LUT, you should always color correct your footage, and I don't think a lot of people really do that. Yeah, and your meter pool. So let's turn that off so we get more screen real estate. This is your timeline, and we're in timeline 2. I'm a bit lazy. I should name my timelines, but we actually want to be in the multicam timeline because this is one track, and we'll go back to the color page. See, 1, 2. There's so many cuts to color grade. So what we want to do is we want to go like this, open in timeline, and now there are 3. These ones should be, I can't, I always forget to do this, but there are 5 clips to color, and these ones are all the same. So what I've forgotten to do is to combine these clips. I think I could render them in place, but it'll take a moment. Yeah, I don't want to do that. We're just going to go to color. Cool. Yep, so same thing. Now, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can click through them and just see them all. So for the GoPro, this one's the GoPro. These 3 here. So, oh no. We can turn them off by hitting, and now we can just see the GoPro footage. The GoPro is the hardest one because it's got a low bit rate, and so when you're setting up a GoPro, what you want to do is you want to set the sharpness to really soft. Now you aren't going to get an immediately good image by doing that. Like, if you aren't going to color it, you should have the sharpness there a little bit, but what you do, you can add if you are going to color, you add in sharpness at this stage. Yeah, so let's start with the GoPro because it's not the funnest one. So let's go somewhere in the middle of this clip. Oh, and because there are 3, we should look at all 3. So they sort of sit in the reds, and I'm trying to find. Yeah, it goes dark immediately after the. So we won't worry about that bit either. But it sits in the reds and the purples. So we just need to be aware of that as we're coloring. really handy that it's just one sort of color. Like a lot of the time it will be multiple, and that makes it way harder. So we're looking at the scopes now. So the waveform is useful. The parade is pretty useful. So yeah, so like we've identified just by looking at the picture, it's mostly red, and there's a little bit of green, and there's a bit of blue in the highlights, which is why it's a little more purple than red. Yeah. Vector scope. I don't use this one, but same deal. This one's really good for dealing with skin tones. I think each of these sort of points sort of is like natural, and I think I don't exactly remember how it works. Plus, people have different skin tones, so chromosity. Yep, same thing. So yeah, you don't really know about Rec 709 and that stuff. But we have very little of that in the GoPro. So it's not... You can use like a Sony A7 to capture more Rec 7, more of the Rec 7 color space. Anyway, let's look at the waveform. And so, first thing, Alt S makes new guys, and you new nodes, and yeah, you kind of want to have like a bunch, and let me tell you why it's important. So as opposed to like Premiere Pro, where you get like an adjustment layer and you can adjust, and you could probably make as many as you want. Like imagine you have like 4 adjustment layers rather than just one adjustment layer, and how messy that ends up getting on the timeline when you do it that way. This way, you make a change. Like I'm just gonna move on with my process. We're gonna move to gamma, and what gamma does is it sort of pushes everything, and it stretches the top and the bottom. So that's a pretty crazy gamma. But I sort of want to sit the bulk of it's a very dark image, so I want to push it up a little bit, and I want to try sit... I should have a little more information here. Yeah, we want RBG, extents, show references. I was looking for like numbers on the side so I can refer to them, because I don't remember what they are. But waveform scale style. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I forget. I do forget. Display. Yeah. Waveform style. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I want. Yeah. So we're just gonna 12 is looking okay. It's like brighter. So Control D disables, so you can just quickly hit Control D to see what you've done. And on this particular node, I'm just gonna focus on color wheels, so we can actually... I usually I forget how to name these. That's not great. Node label. It's at the top. Cool. Wheels. You can hear my nose whistle. That's what I'm so scared about microphones. That's why I haven't done this earlier. So yeah, so now we're gonna kind of set where the blacks need to be. Now, really important we don't crush the blacks. But see how, as opposed to the gamma, it's not stretching out the bottom half. So I sort of... What I would like to do is sort of sit so that we aren't crushing the blacks, so that you don't get like a glitchy sort of look. You sort of want to sit everything above the bottom line in a good spot. And then see, all the brights are really bright, so I want to pull that down. So basically I'm making the image like somewhere in the middle of what the final image should be, because we're going to add a lot of that back in with the next one, which is the color curves. So it's like this is like super saturated GoPro looking, so compared to like that, which actually it's getting there, you know. So what have we got to do? We got to add a bit of contrast and a bit of saturation back in. We sort of have not corrected the image, but made it a bit more workable. Yeah, so now all of this is going to be set. You want to select Y for the next one, and oops, yeah. So yeah, we just want Y. You can lock them to get them all back, if you want to edit them all, but I don't want to do that. So for the Y value, we want to hit editable splines, and the reason for that is because we're going to make a nice S-curve, which if you're a photographer, you probably know how to do this. Like, you should know how to do this. The S-curve is the best tool ever. So yeah, adding, so that's our S-curve, and we're probably going to go back and touch it. S-curve, yeah. And then all of the dark spaces are going purple, and now all of the dark spaces are going green. And the opposite's true for the red, and blue controls yellow and blue. So blue's great when you're white balancing. Like, you should think about these as white balance. So let's take a look at where green is sitting, because green is sitting right at the bottom, and I want to pull hang on, I forgot this is important. You got to turn off editable because you want a straight line while you're doing most of this. So I'm just sort of looking how blue and green are sitting together. Editable splines, and I mean not editable splines, we want blue. I'm a bit iffy. So I mean, we just need, I'm just gonna, I don't want to make it, I kind of want it to be, so I'm effectively adding contrast with the colors, and that will boost the saturation a little bit. And see how it's peaked here? I'm thinking I want to lift the red because it is a purple image. And then I want to like take it out. So doing this shifts the red tones closer to black, and vice versa. This shifts it closer to like a whiter color, like a more vibrant red, which is where, you know, that's sort of what I'm trying to achieve. And then it's really, and you see, it really subtle, not trying to do a lot. That's before, that's after. So you're sort of getting the green, black, and the black, which makes it pop from the really bright red areas. And then, yeah, pushing the green up to sort of put more green in the black tones, I think. Hang on, I always forget. Yeah, I'm putting more green in the black tones, and see how those back areas, yeah, they've gone a bit. So I can either push it and make them green, or I can actually add a bit of red back in there. So we'll push it down, but not too much. It's a delicate sort of process. That looks so, I'm so happy with that, just like that. And so you want to keep an eye out here, make sure it's not dipping too much. Like, yeah, I feel like people like, yeah, that's my favorite thing. Like seriously, yeah, because the blacks they're not purple anymore. They're actually they look black because the green contrasts it. Yeah, and then this one is actually to do the sharpening. I could do more. Like for example, one thing that I've been doing a lot is sort of working out how to sit more of the midtones. Um, so see how the blue is like. I could probably push the blue back into, but actually the yellow sort of helps. Um, yeah, and yeah, yeah. Because it's pretty extreme, we could probably take the green and shift it down. And then it like expands the green. Oh. Try and that's very green. That's probably a bit too much. I can like actually play with color curves for hours. Um, so I probably shouldn't get carried away, but it is my favorite thing. Okay. Okay, and then that's I don't like how the blue is super separated from the green, but I think that's just um how it's gonna roll. And then do I put, yeah, see that's just gonna create flaring up here that's not super good. We don't want that. So there's not gonna be any blue or yellow to be contributed to the red. But yeah, that's great. Um There could probably be a little bit more red in the high midtones. Um, I should. Okay, it's not doing something that's really important. That's really annoying. Um, there we go. That's what I want. Okay, so let's have a look at people's faces. They're sitting right in the middle. So if I want to sort of push skin tones, what I want to do is not that. That's the opposite of what I want to do. You want to grab a little point here and just push up the middle, just like the tiniest bit, so there's a little curve. And what's that's gonna like lift the skin tones just a touch, because they're all pretty red. And that should make it pop even more. Um, but I've sort of can sort of sit that like that. Yeah, that looks pretty hectic. Um, and I mean, oh no, like the blacks here look more natural, but with this all turned off, there just isn't a lot of black, and that green is probably a bit much. We can take that out. Oh, that's not right. This one. We can take it out and get it a little more right by doing this. Then I kind of want, see, this is supposed to be black, so that should be, that face is getting, that's pretty black. That's dark. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna need, I need, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take, no, we need, so I'm gonna make the S curve a little bit more wild. So deep blacks, and then push the highlights back up. This is like when you're playing with sound and then you make it worse than it was before. See, now the reds are muted too. super saturated. Yeah, the skin tones could be like the skin. Yeah, and actually, it's because it's more purple. I'm not getting any blue back in. Yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with that, but I think, oh, actually, I do know what to do. We need to go, not here, not here, not here, not here. We need to go to the S curve. The S curve needs to be asymmetrical. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with that. And it's not as saturated, but we're gonna add that back in now. So now we're gonna go back to our primary color wheels, and there's a couple of options up here. So we're gonna just like push this by a little bit, not too much, because it will crush it. Which is a lot, actually. Actually, I think the color code is a bit messed up now. And I got one more tip to show towards the end. And then I want to push a bit of saturation back in. So not actually not that one. That's so I'm not entirely sure what the difference between color boost and saturation is, but just they just need to be used like yeah. I think I've put too much green, and so let's go back here. I'm gonna push this back down to where it's like not that crazy. Yeah. Yeah, that's getting pretty good. So I'm just gonna go in and sharpen it a tiny bit. So this says blur, so but it sits in the middle. So we sharpen it by going the other way, and I'll sit at, that's probably a bit too sharp. Let's sit at 42. That's pretty good. Yeah, and it just makes those details come out a little bit more. See, you can actually see, I mean, you can't really see people's faces, but you can. Yeah, just a little bit. It's about the impression. Yeah, cool. That's um, what happened here? This was, I should have separated these ones. This was sharp and con, but there weren't major changes either. So yeah, see, there's like a little bit more color, and it's a little bit sharper. Oh no, this one was sharpness. What was this one? Why has it got an extra thingy? I think it's because it's these ones. It's got a, and it's got like a color wheel. Log grade, yeah, okay. And this is blur and sharpen. So I got this wrong. Ah, yep. Okay, okay. So then we'll just bap, bap. And that's the real question, is does it look good now that the color's darkened? And yeah, it's popping. You get a lot more clarity in what he's doing. That's that's actually what's important to me over a creative color grade. It's the clarity of the people involved. Yeah, super happy with that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so we've got, bam, this one. And so there's going to be a lot of points in it. But let's just control... I hit the wrong button. No, that's not what we want. Let's copy this and paste this. So now we have everything. And see, it's not the same for every... See, now the blacks here are washed out. Like the original image looks better. But you can sort of see the idea where the greens sort of are popping people out still. Like, I like the raw images I get out of the camera a lot, more than like the raw images out of these Sony cameras are nice and they're usable compared to like the GoPro, which just isn't. I'm just should go through and reset everything because I just wanted the labels. Hang on, I'll just be right back. Sorry. Okay, yeah. So we have a look at this one, and oh no, something is, yeah. Bam. That should be all the same. Um, and yeah, cool. All right. So we should find like a hero shot, which is like your a hero shot's like the one that you're gonna model the whole grade sort of over, which is useful what I do because I don't particularly like in Resolve you can animate your color grade so that it changes according to what is happening, but I don't like to do that. I'd rather have just like one grade. This one's okay. I kind of want one where I can see this is... I wish I could say his face better, but I think I'm getting enough like other features here to where this one could work. I just don't think it's the best. I really want to see all three of them and a bit of the crowd. Yeah, that's probably good. Okay. So what's that? A little bit after 15. A little bit after 20 minutes? 18 minutes. Oh, hang on. Yeah, let's get her popping out. Cool. This looks great. Okay, so same process. Start with the gamma, pushing it up, and see it's stretching it, but it's not like the GoPro where there's so much information under the floor. Look at that. That's already like that's pretty good, and it's pretty good here too. See, like that's all I really want to achieve, and I probably don't need to lift the bottom. Like, yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna do that. That's, but I do want to pull down the highlights, and looking in the color curves, it's pretty good. But looking at the image, I probably don't need to pull them down that far. That's the offset. This should be like, I just want to get these peaks. This one is, where is this one? That one's like, what's going on? Display qualifier. I should be seeing, yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, so this one is the light source, so it should be peaking pretty hard. But it's not doing like my camera's doing a good job at keeping everything else pretty good. So I might just, it's sort of, makes everything, yeah, that's I'm pretty happy with that. So let's get a little S-curve going. Yeah, you know it, editable splines looks good. Let's pull it down a little bit and pull it up a little bit, and yeah, I'll come back to it just cause. So yeah, basically literally just reversing what I've done. But the thing about curves is it gives you much finer control than the color wheels do, which is why I like working with them. Alright, so the green is right on the floor. I don't know if it's a good idea to pull it up. And you know what? It's making everything else darker. So yeah, so let's pull that up a bit. Like that? Yeah, I think so. Probably not the smartest to start with that, but it makes really contrasty image. So now the midtones are all a bit out of whack. So why don't we pick reds and push the weds up. The weds. Well, not speaking super good. Push this down. Push. I feel like so there's like, it's like warmer or it could be cooler, and I just want to check what I've done here. I made it warmer, so let's do the same thing here. We'll make it warmer. Where was 18? Make it a little bit warmer. Okay. His skin tones were way brighter, and I feel like I've done something wrong. Yeah, I've added in a lot of contrast. I probably pulled down I didn't mean to pull it down that low. I've only meant like 80. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually, it's still a little bit, see this is a little more purple, but that's a lot better. That's more what I was aiming for. And then, so where are his tones? So if I want to make them brighter, I just push this one and I push, no, not that one. Not that one. No. Why? We gotta go. No. We can pull the green down. That's sort of where his tones are. It's a bit crazy. See, I don't know what's going on there. The reds are super peaked. Man, I don't like this nose whistle. That's what I was. That's why I didn't want to be on radio. That's That's really good. I've actually picked up so much detail on her shoulder. I thought that was gonna be. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, really happy with that. Compared to sort of around here. Hey, yeah. Just need to turn it off. I mean, there's still different shots, but it's okay. No, that looks just fine. See, I put that, yeah, like here. That's peaked, and I put that like there. It is a little bit redder. So we can probably push this, but not too much. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. It is already a super contrasted image, and it's probably got enough saturation, and it's probably got enough sharpness either. So I might just leave this at that. Oops. Okay. So I'm gonna copy all these. Control C. Paste all these on this guy. And we'll just have a look at what that's doing. Yeah, I like how the light rolls off so much lighter. Let's zoom in. So see how this is a really harsh, and then it's like this really. That's definitely something to aim for. Why is my face in the middle? There we go. That's way better. Cool. Yep. I think I'm pretty happy with how that looks. What's the time? It's 10? Okay. Let's jump over here. And let's jump out of timeline 1, our multi-capture. And we're just gonna watch a little bit. This looks too bright. Looks way too bright. That looks fine. But I think my biggest concern is actually the difference between the GoPros. I don't think there's a problem with the color, with the saturation of color on our arms. Yeah, so that's a huge difference, right? So let's go back. But I also think it's a lot to do with the red light comparatively. So it's a lot to do this. Open a timeline. But it's so much easier than copy and pasting a bunch of times. So what we should do is grab a little reference image. Yeah, this one's grabbed, so grab still. Turn this off, and then we need like a half and half. We need it the other way around, actually. It'd be nice if it was the other way around. It's not even that bad. It's actually really close. So let's go to the color curves. And we need to add a little bit more purple. So what I'm thinking is sort of, I've taken out too much blue from the highlight, and then that's exactly what I've done. Yeah, so I think that's way closer. That looks way closer to me. I know I'm comparing it with a skin tone, but I think that'll do the trick. Just with the S-curve. I just need the S-curve, yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Yeah, skin. Okay. Let's turn it let's turn this off. Oh yeah, that's it. And then this one's really purple and it's a little confusing. Should I, like, I realize the light is coming towards him, I think. Like, I just want to take a bit of red out, actually. It's yeah, something like that. Yes. Yeah, take a bit of red out. Take a bit of red out. Take a bit of red out. Okay, yeah, that's enough. That's enough of that. Yeah, I'm super into that. That's perfect. Leaving this alone now. Cause yeah, seriously, you can just play with colors forever, but I'm not really. Okay, so did I do sounds? This one has effects, and so I learnt a new technique for doing sounds, and I just wanted to jump into that a little bit. First of all, I'm going to chuck into the inspector and delete the effect. We're gonna. It's a stereo fixer, so that's actually really good. Let's not delete that because that's important. So let's just use our mixer. Let's turn off media pool. Let's turn off effects. So we're gonna be mixing audio 2, audio 3, and audio 4 on our mixer. Okay, instead of what I've been doing in the past is applying effects to these channels. No, it's not the way to do it. This mixer, I've been able to use it just as well as I could use Reaper. So the technique is, so the very first thing that we have to do is like quadruple check that everything's aligned properly and in phase, and they're gonna be fractionally out, I can guarantee it. They actually look really good. I'm not gonna, maybe I shouldn't fudge with it. Yeah, alright, cool, let's do that. So I'm really happy with all the levels. So I did that before I did anything else. And what I learned from the last one I did, that this 3-block one is the GoPro audio. So let's start with just like a little compression. So it's 2 to 0. I could just hit solo, but I choose to mute everything. I was learning this on my laptop at work, and we didn't get the graphics, and it gave the master bus as the output, so I'm not sure what was happening. Yeah, not sure at all. This is a much nicer graphic. And so we're listening to it. I predominantly hear the bass, and the bass doesn't sound that bad, you know. So I just wanna I also hear a good bit of cymbals, and we could use those here, but it's much easier to use the highs on a different track. I think the most predominant thing here is the bass. So like both the bass drum and the bass guitar. I think I'm gonna compress it kind of there, because the other thing is the GoPro just doesn't sound that good, and it's like a secondary one sort of. So let's EQ it, and I'll turn band 6 and band 1 on. Let's pull this back because we are getting the bass, and I want to boost the bass. Now it's not quite as good as like Reaper. It's a bit limited actually, but it like this equalizer isn't as good. But it's nice because it's not an effect; it's a mixer. It's in the mixer, I should say. And now, the other thing is, I should probably doing this like reductionary, so pulling things out, because by increasing the gain the way the gain in the way that I did, it distorts the sound more. Yeah. I'm not EQing out screeching frequencies. It's live. It's a part of it. So I can see. Okay, so I'm still learning how to read these. So I'm guessing that I can push the threshold kind of up to here, and that because this is the vocal, I kind of want to emphasize the midtones as well as I want it to really pop out of the rest of it, like. So I'm gonna turn band 6. And then I'm gonna turn band 5, band 4 off. You can hear the weird frequencies. I think that's a phasing issue, and so I'm gonna be pretty. Now the only problem with using the mixer in here is I can't easily turn off the effects, the compressor and the EQ quickly. At least I haven't worked out how to check that out. Maybe I should I'm gonna quickly Google it. Resolve Fairlight. Oh, you can see how bad I'm typing. I'm not looking at what I'm doing. Like, okay, so I found a black magic forum. Oh no, this is talking about Dragon Trop. Damn. I need to know. I need to know how to turn off the effects. Oh no, it's a flippin' video. Like, that's the only thing that's missing. Oh, actually, is that it? Effects in. Oh, that might be it. I'm gonna giggle effects in. Ah! I'm typing really poorly. Effects. Oh yeah, okay, here's the thingy. Engineer your own soundtracks. Yeah, that's cool. Equalizer, waveform, professional mixing. Yeah, more or less professional mixing. It's actually like really handy to be able to just use the same program to do everything. But this isn't what I'm looking for. I need. All it needs to do, all I need to be able to do is check it against the original track, because I can't tell if it sounds better or worse. You know? I'm just gonna try one more Google search, and if I can't find it, I'm just gonna let it be. Turn off. How do I disable or bypass fail out effects? Someone suggested the button, the input button, or I, which is. The effects in is. Oh, hang on. Input. It says no input, which is. Oh, hang on. What? Dial. That's a dialogue processor. That's not what I'm looking for. Dialogue leveler. Oh, hang on. I think I found it. Bus options, so I can. Yeah. Oh no. That just adjusts the routing. Effects in. Yeah, so it is. It is. Yeah, look at us go. We're learning. It is the effects in. So this should sound different. But I'm actually not hearing anything differently. But anyway, The last thing we sort of want to do is just like a little bit of compression on this side, and I think. Oh, hang on. What's going on with this one? This one. I managed to disable it. Oh, there we go. I think that's what you need to do. That's like my understanding. Probably what you do is you route the input to a separate audio track, and then you apply the effects and mute them. But that's such an awkward workaround. I'm not doing that. Yeah, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, because I can't hear them immediately in real time, and it's just gonna mess with me. So I think it'd be better if I were to put these into Reaper. Oh, hang on. This is the one that I need. Hey, that's getting his voice. That's what I'd like. This one's getting... It's getting a little too much bass. I'm gonna disable band 5. So this one's gonna be like the cymbals, and the guitar. But you can sort of hear the cymbal is like hitting a not fun frequency. So I think what I want to do. Band 5, I could use it as like a notch. But I'm so bad at like finding the right frequency. But I'm just turning off band 5. I'm getting so much cymbal and not enough guitar, and it's just it's not going to be great.
Yeah, look, I fucked up everything at the start, but I'd just like to say a massive thank you to Adam for putting this all together.
It's also hard to tell what I've cut from the other. Like, maybe the symbol was only harsh in that one because it's a lot. It's also prevalent in this one.
For all you all to be here, it's great. This is so great. I love it. Thank you. I love it. All of these tracks we're playing are off an album we've just released recently that we're touring for that album. Question Click Long Shadow Commanders. We have some records with it if you're interested. I have to do that. Love it. There's a lot of beautiful people who are on it. Adam features on that last song we just heard. Shani from Blind Girls, who you're about to hear, also features on that record. People we really love and admire. And Chapo, yes, we cannot forget Chapo. Chaps. Yep. Thank you. I'll shut up now. Talking a lot of shit. Shut up. Fuck me.
Let's go. It is peaking a little bit, which is something I should be aware of. It means I just need probably the bass actually. It's probably the bass. I probably should compress this one a little more. But I think this sounds good. But I should also come back and listen to it again. Oh yeah, I turned off all the compressors. I mean, it's sitting at -5. It's doing fine. I forgot if it's plus or minus in LUFS, but it is pretty loud. But it's not peaking, so I think it is. I think it's plus 11 recommended for YouTube, and it's hitting that most of the time, so I'm just gonna roll with that. I think I'm gonna turn this one back up. I'm actually just gonna turn the ratio down to like 1.2. And I might turn the ratio of the bass up to 2.4. I think the guitars are playing a lot in the mid-tone as well, because this was predominantly guitar and now it's a lot lower than when I had this set. I think I'm just gonna give it a little bit more juice to here. Maybe, yeah, something like, yeah, I think, yeah. This deep purple's not looking so hot. But then it comes back. Yeah, okay. Cool. It doesn't need a lot of compression. It just needs like a little bit. It just needs to not hit the roof occasionally. And I probably should use a limiter, but I think it compresses a lot nicer. because like this is where the sound is hitting, and I just wanted to not. I wanted to take it out when it hits more than that. So like, we could probably hit it around there. It's getting softer now. I need it to be loud. I need it to be way louder. Let's bring it back to here. I think that was phasing. That's the bit that I'm worried about doing it like this, is that you do get phasing issues. That's what I was told. You're supposed to line things up really precisely. It's actually spot on 11.1, which is the recommended volume for YouTube. That shot, I think I want to saturate it a bit more. So I'm going to go back and do a bit more color once I've watched this. I just want to get my readings for the integrated and the range and the short. But I'll be right back. Enjoy. I don't think it's peaking. Oh, I need to press start. Whoops. Oh yeah. It could be a little louder. Is that phasing? I think it is. Oh yeah, I'm really happy with that. It's 11.5. That's good. It's good. I'm actually really happy with how that sounds. Now that I can't believe it's as simple as just like clicking these. Whoops. I don't know how to read that. I'm just gonna let it go. But let's go back to the color, because I did identify that one thing that I needed to fix. Okay. So open in timeline and color, and then this shot is versus versus this shot. Somehow it doesn't feel like it's got. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is just pump some saturation into it, so it's like 60. Why is that on the S curve? I do not like what it just did. Okay, so we gotta pump this, and then you can see why it's really important to do it this way. Go down. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then let's go back into the music cab because. Ah, my bad. That was the wrong. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Let's go back in here. This sounds way better. That sounds so loud. I always want to find a clip with the drummer in it and then compare the two. Although I could have done that earlier. Yeah. See that auto exposure? Not great. Then he comes back. Yeah, that's that's perfect. This one's still like vibrant red compared to like that, but also that's the roof mostly. Yeah, I'm not like, yeah, the GoPro's just hard to match. Maybe somebody better at me at doing it can match it properly. But anyway, that's it for today. I'm not gonna push through a render. I'm gonna come back in tomorrow with some fresh eyes. Not tomorrow, sorry. Probably on Wednesday, and have another look and see if I can push this purple and just double check the sound. Cause yeah, this was a new way of doing it for me, which I only recently discovered, and I think there's gonna be some phasing issues that I'm gonna have to work out. Yeah, so I'm gonna need to listen to that. Anyway, take it easy. This was my first stream. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're there, I don't know if you are. It's okay. Alright, peace.